Okay, recording's in progress.
Okay, let me accept.
How do you say your last name, Sabrina?
Oh, it's Ouargli.
Ouargli.
Yes, because in French, O and U is sound U.
Ooh,
So yeah, and so it's Ouargli.
wow, awesome.
Cool. All right. So we start?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm ready. I think. I don't know. You're pretty good.
No, I'm still learning, so let's do it. Great. So hi, Christine. Welcome to your call today.
Well, hello to you, Sabrina. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. And yeah, just wanted to congratulate you for being here, showing up for yourself and your business. That's a great commitment. So today we have together about 45 minutes. And basically what I'm going to do is just take you through a process to get to know you and your business.
Okay.
And after that, we're going to get really clear on what you want, but most importantly, also on what could be stopping you. All right. And after, we will just take it to see how you could overcome the challenges and then flow freely towards your goals.
Okay.
That
sounds great.
Amazing. Great. So let's begin. And I would love to hear about your business, what you can tell me about that.
Well, awesome. How do I simplify it? My main income is my LinkedIn coaching. And my husband and I manage apartment complexes for a big company out of Edmonton, and they pull us in to manage apartments in different cities or towns close to where we are. So they've got multiple apartment buildings located in different cities and towns around Edmonton area in Alberta. And but it'll be 5 years ago, this coming November 1st, that my husband had a near-death car accident. And so what happened is I had to pull up and do most of the work managing the complexes that we were managing. And they have cut us back now to just managing one 3-level apartment complex that has 18 units so that I could manage it myself. And my husband's getting better. And so he's taking over more and more of the work. So I don't have to do as much and I can concentrate on other things. And we're both on pensions, but those pensions are not very big. If anybody's retiring, $1,000 a month doesn't go anywhere anymore. And so I've got, my LinkedIn, those 3 things are sort of our core income. But I'm always open to looking for passive streams of income because I was raised on a farm or a ranch in southern Alberta. It was a cattle ranch, and we had our own horses. We bred our horses and broke horses and sold them as cow ponies and already trained and ready to work. And so we had grade cow herd that we raised for beef and butcher, and we had a purebred cow herd that we raised for breeding stock. We raised hogs for breeding stock and for butcher. We had chickens, tons of chickens, and we sold eggs because there were way more eggs than we could use on the ranch. And we also had milk cows, and we'd have 6 milk cows, and 4 of them we'd put in pens when we brought them in morning and evening to feed the bum calves. And their bum calves are calves who have lost their mums somehow. After they're born, the mums get sick and die, or something happens that they lose their milk and they can't feed their calves anymore. So sometimes like animals get sick, and so we'd have all these bum calves. And so in those days, we didn't have powder mix that you can buy and mix up to feed calves. So we used actual cows. And then
Wow.
2 of them we milked by hand, and we sold that milk. Whatever we didn't need, we'd sell. And then on top of it, oh, and then people would bring, we had a purebred quarter horse stud. So people that knew about us would bring their mares to get serviced and pay us. So we had multiple streams of income coming in. And in the summertime, we had huge alfalfa fields. So we raised hay and harvested the hay. We kept enough to feed our livestock in the winter, but we would sell off all the rest. And so we usually got at least a couple of hay crops off every year. And so we had tons and tons of hay. And that was hard physical work. Somebody drove the tractor and somebody was on the back riding what we call the stuker, which was a flat deck. And you'd hit a lever, you'd stack the bales on their corner in these teeth, their teeth. And so the bales would be on the corner in these teeth, and then you stack them like a pyramid. And so if you drive past fields and you see bales of hay stacked in a pyramid, that's how we used to do it. Now they've got new balers that make these humongous round bales and square bales that are, you have to lift with a forklift. Anyway, it was tons of hard work. Plus my dad was a veterinarian, so he would be out on vet calls a lot. And we were left to do all the physical work. And then we had to irrigate all our hay fields, and our garden was huge. And the pipe, we had to literally take it apart and walk 20 paces and set it up. And we had to do that every 2 hours during the summertime. So 24 hours a day, somebody was getting up in a 2-hour interval to set the pipe or move the pipe. It was so huge, huge work. And my mom spent most of her time cooking. And me being the oldest, I spent a lot of time helping her cook because she had 6 kids and a husband and all the hired men. We had a bunkhouse that would house up to 7 hired men. And so she had to cook for all these people. So there would be 15 people lots of times sitting around the table at meal times. Anyway, I learned about multiple streams of income. That's why I'm telling you that story. And so that taught me something though. It's great to have multiple streams of income, but you need to have passive streams of income. You have maybe a couple, 3 major streams of income. Well, actually we have 2 major, and all the rest are passive. And they have to support your family and your business without you having to run here and there and everywhere like we did on the ranch to get things done, right? So that's what I work on and look for today is passive, totally passive streams of income.
Okay, so this what brings you to our call today, correct?
Right.
Okay, perfect. So I understand that LinkedIn is your main stream of income,
Right.
and then also the apartment business that you're managing, the renting of the apartments, correct?
Right.
Okay, perfect. And so can you tell me how, how much is your, let's talk about the 2 main businesses, approximately earning you each one of them per month?
They bring in about 5,000, between 4,000 and 5,000 a month.
Combining
Canadian.
together or?
Combined together, yes.
Okay, 4,000 to 5,000. Okay. And so how much time do you spend on the businesses? Like let's say I understand they are the main focus, they're your full time. So how much time do you roughly spend on those?
Well, I'd say 3/4 of my time is spent on those 2 key streams. And the LinkedIn part is not only coaching people, but also developing programs, setting up marketing material, posting things online, that kind of thing.
Okay, perfect. Great. So, okay, and then I have a question for you, Christine. And if you could realistically imagine, okay, your businesses within 6 to 12 months from now, how would they look like? What, where are they going to be?
Well, I need to be at a 10,000 a month. Easy, 10 to 15.
Okay.
And that's because we want to ditch ditch the apartment management
Ah,
and just have our passive streams of income and my LinkedIn coaching, because it's all online. Everything I look forward to do for passive income is online pretty much. And yeah, it's all online. So I think about it. And we can go anywhere, we can travel, we can take it with us, right? Because it's online. So I can still meet with people and have appointments and things like that if I want, and use Zoom because it's free everywhere.
mhm.
And for other people, I'm on a paid platform, but I think it's really a great tool to use.
Yes, that's amazing. Okay, and so what would those 10,000 or 50,000 a month would do for you, and who else would, would it impact?
Who else would it impact? Well,
Mhm.
it'd probably impact my whole family and get me out of debt.
Okay, that's a great goal to have. So getting out of debt and impacting your family, and who are you talking about exactly about when you say family?
Well, we have um, a Brady Bunch of 8 children
Oh, wow.
and 17 grandchildren.
17.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Our
That's
youngest, our
very fam-
youngest daughter just had a baby this last May. That was her 3rd child. So it doesn't take long to get 17 grandchildren.
Wow. That's amazing. Really, really nice.
So I
Big
say
family.
I say a Brady Bunch of 8 because when my husband and I got married, he had 4 and I had 4.
Yes, I understand. Okay. So how would you know those 10,000 impact your grandchildren? What are you planning to do with that?
Well, 5 of the families live in the United States.
Okay.
So what I've been doing in the past is traveling a couple or 3 times a year for a couple of weeks to go visit families, right? So
Makes-
I haven't been able to travel and visit my grandchildren.
Mhm.
Oh, it's been really hard. We've got Zoom and I've been able to talk to them over Google Hangouts as well. And I keep in touch with most of my grandchildren over Google Hangouts.
Cool.
And I check that every day to see who sent me a message.
Yeah.
And we've been writing letters and I really
Oh,
enjoy that. And I've been helping them, encouraging them to learn how to write in script, to do what do they call that? Script,
yeah,
well,
yeah,
cursive,
yeah,
cursive.
yeah, yeah.
That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, they
Amazing.
don't teach it in schools anymore. They don't teach cursive writing in schools. And what they're losing is the use of both sides of the brain, and especially the creative side.
Wow. That's amazing. I love that. Cool. And so, okay, so what else will you be able to do with the 10,000 a month?
Oh, we'd like to buy a house of our own and be able
Okay.
to, so we've been doing a little bit of dream building, trying to figure out exactly where we want to be. I think we figured out where we want to be now. We still want to stay fairly close to where we are, but I would really love to live by a lake somewhere.
Mm,
We've got it figured out, I think. Sylvan Lake. We went on the Labor Day. We went for a drive and found it.
nice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Amazing. And so, yeah, so then your family could come and visit you as well,
That's
right?
right. Yeah, we want to have a big house so that we have bedrooms that have bathrooms attached.
Hmm. Okay, amazing. Okay, so if you could imagine actually achieving, those goals of 10,000 a month, of building your own house, of being able to travel to visit your family, your grandchildren, what would that mean to you?
It would mean the world
Oh,
to be able to have them, be able to go visit them whenever we wanted. And so I miss I had two of our oldest granddaughters, my two oldest grandchildren graduated from high school during COVID, and I was unable to be there. I would have loved to have been able to be there at their graduations.
of course. Yes, I understand. So you would meal the world.
Mhm.
Amazing. And how would that make you feel? How would it make you feel to have all of that?
Make me feel wonderful because, um, family is everything. And if you can't be with your family and help your family, and they're the only thing that you can take with you when you die, and be able to see again after you die. And so you can't take all the precious things that you earn in this life with you. The only thing you can take is your memories and your knowledge. And then when they die, then they can be with you in the life hereafter. And you can't take all your silver and gold with you.
Yes.
It has to be left behind.
I agree. I agree with you. Yes, 100%. Okay, so that would be great. Now, if we could move to a really important part of our call, which is the challenges and the impacts of those
Mhm.
challenges.
Mhm.
So earlier you told me that you having main businesses and then some passive incomes, but you want to diversify, and you're looking for new opportunities. Now, what else do you think is actually stopping you, slowing you down, or standing in the way of achieving your goals?
Well, everything that you do, you can't do for free. If you want to get the best quality, you have to pay a little bit for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you want a coach, the coaches cost money. And so it's mainly a financial thing that holds me back, because you only have so much money that you can actually invest in your education,
Mm-hmm.
training, or your programs that you want to be involved with.
Mm-hmm. I understand. So when you talk about things that you want to do, and you said that finances are holding you back, what are those things? What are you talking about?
Things that I
And
want to do, well, I would like to, how do I explain it? I'm learning how to set up lead capture funnels,
Mhm.
and I'm having to do it all myself, and rather than have somebody set it up for me. And there's only so many hours in a day. You can't get everything done that you want to get done. So I guess time's kind of a bit of a stickler as well. And my age, because I'm not getting younger every day. I feel like I'm 30 inside, but I know I'm older than that.
Yeah, okay. So tell me a little bit more about the time aspect of it. You said that this is one big factor that's holding you
Yeah,
back.
I spend 12 to 14 hours, sometimes 16 hours a day in my office, working on my marketing, my online marketing, developing, designing posts, and making sure that I have posts to go out every day. And so at the beginning of each month, or the very last day of the previous month, I'll sit down for a few hours and schedule posts to go out. So I at least have one post a day going out through all my social media. And then I know that I don't have to worry if something happens that I'm really, really busy working on a project or with a client, then, and I don't have time to schedule a post to go out for that day, there is something going to go out. And I try to choose different themes every month, and motivational things and inspirational things. So 1 month the theme will be success, another month it will be on inspiration, or that kind of thing.
Okay, so I understand you're doing this post to attract people, or
Yes,
what is
to attract people and to build recognition. So that's why a lot of people fail on LinkedIn. It's because they don't post enough. You need to be posting at least 1 to 3 times a day on LinkedIn, on the main feed. And then the big secret to LinkedIn is in the groups. And I don't have enough time to post for all my clients. And I can totally understand with people having what the time factor is in them trying to build a business online. They need to have posts going out through all their social media platforms and sending out emails every day to build that recognition, that know, like, and trust that we need. And that's what takes the time.
And so you do all of this alone, 12 to 16 hours on your own?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I need to cut it back.
That's
If I take, like, we took the day off, it was Labor Day weekend, and we took the day off on Monday, which is my first day I've had off in over a year. I really don't take days off. I do take Sundays sort of off. We go to church in the morning, but then I try to not get on my computer, but then I get a message from somebody that I'm working with, somebody from one of my teams that's got a question, and I need to answer that question. So I don't end up getting like a real day off kind of thing. So we just took Labor Day and we just went for a drive, left my computer at home.
Yeah, and so how does it make you feel, Christine, to to be doing this on your own, not having time to do other things that matter for you?
Yeah, I'd like to be, well, that's one of the reasons why I like to have online businesses, because then I can take it with me when I go to visit family. But I'm finding that I'm really tired some days. I'm having a blast. And it's also affecting my relationships with friends that are my age. I've noticed that because of my mind is active and I'm busy working all the time, I'm on a different plane than all my other friends that are my age. They're all locked in. I can't have a hard time carrying on a conversation with them because they're talking about their flowers and their gardens, and I don't have flowers and garden. We
Yeah.
don't have a lot in common. And if I start talking to them about, they say, so what have you been doing? And I have to always think, okay, how much can I share with them? They won't understand. Their eyes just glaze right over if I start telling them all the things I'm doing online. My family totally doesn't understand it either.
Okay. And how does that feel for you?
I don't know if it's not upsetting, because I really enjoy being with family. It's taught me how to talk and how to ask questions and get them talking, and I just have to listen. And I don't know how it makes me feel.
Okay. All right. So then you also told me your age. is something that you might think is slowing you down, standing in the way, or even stopping you. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, the only thing with that is I feel like I'm on a time clock, and I want to get things done sooner than later. And so that's why I work so hard at what I do. I have these goals. I want to get to these goals. I want to be making 10,000 a month.
Okay, and so not, being on a clock and not reaching those goals, how does that feel for you now?
It's not a big negative in my life. It's really not a big negative. It's just that I'm tired. And I would like to be able to sleep a full 8 hours at some point. However, I was reading something where they said the older you get, the less sleep you require. So, okay. Like this morning, I woke up at 5 o'clock. Going wide awake.
Yeah, tired. You must be tired. You do a lot of things. That's a lot. Okay, so what else is slowing you down, standing in the way, or stopping you?
I think those are the main things. I can't think of anything else. It just mean the time factor and the money factor.
Okay. And so you said the money, the time, a little bit the age that you just feel like you want to do things faster.
Yeah, that's the time factor.
Okay, understand. All right, and what impact do you think these challenges are actually having on you personally and on your businesses as well?
Well, all I know is that I need to get better and more efficient at doing things. And I'm at different times I'm thinking I could really use a virtual assistant. So if I had that extra income coming in, I could have a virtual assistant doing some of the stuff that I do, because I really don't need to be doing everything. I could have somebody else creating some of these posts for me so that I don't have to be doing it. But at the same time, I find it challenging to try and figure out how to relate to somebody else exactly what I want. Because I've tried using a virtual assistant and have not been very pleased with what they've done. And it's probably my fault because I don't know how to explain to them what I want so that they totally understand thoroughly what I want. So I end up creating it myself, creating things myself. So.
Okay, except from making you feel tired, what other feelings are coming up when you think about not having a VA and having to do everything on your own, or even when you're trying to have one, it's not working?
How does that make me feel? I get a little frustrated. Yeah.
Any other feelings come up?
It's really complicated because I've been sitting here thinking, what is it that comes up? I really don't know.
Where did,
I am really, basically, I am really happy with what's happening in my life, you know? It's just that it's like when I used to have a job, that was really hard work and frustrating, but I was happy. And when I'm interacting with people, and I'm a very hard worker, I learned that from my ranching days, but I love helping people and working with people. And even though I might feel tired, I'm always happy. I'm not a person that gets really depressed and down over things. I just try to make the best. I'm always trying to make a silk purse out of a sow's ear.
yes, I understand. Yeah, I'm exactly the same. So I do get your point.
Mhm.
But yeah, it is important though to sometimes just sit with the challenges and think of really how do they make you feel. And for example, the frustration you were telling me about, where does the frustration feels in your body,
Oh, it usually is in my stomach.
your stomach?
Mhm.
So you feel like knots?
Yeah, I'll get knots in my stomach and a little bit of tightness in the chest. It doesn't happen very often. I'm a firm believer in that there is a way, there is a solution to every problem. I just need to figure it out.
Mhm. Yes. Okay, and so how long have these challenges been going on for you?
Oh, probably all my life. When I was in school, I was bullied terribly all through school from grade 1 through. I didn't realize what it was because there was in those days no term for it, right? And so I could never figure out why the kids called me the witch. It was just like, oh my gosh. And that started in grade 3, them actually putting a name to what they were doing with me or to me. And I'm very tall, and um, I'm quite a bit taller than most women. I'm 5'9", and uh, and I'm not a little skinny thing. I'm slim, but that's because I really work hard at it. If I let myself go and eat whatever I wanted, I'd be quite plump. and I was a little bit on the chunky side when I was in elementary school, and I think that might have been part of it. But I never had rolls. I never had rolls of fat. I wasn't that big. But in those days, they had a community nurse who would come around, and they would weigh and measure us all once a year. And the teacher would assign someone in the classroom who had nice handwriting to take down all the information. And we would go alphabetical order. My last name started with an S, so I was toward the end. And I would sit there and I would listen to all these other little people get weighed and measured. And I was the tallest. I was like head and shoulders taller than anybody else in my class. And so they would get weighed and measured, and I would hear all that. And then I would go and they would measure my height. And of course I was really tall, and the nurse would call out the numbers, and then so the assigned person could write them down. And everybody in this whole class went, oh, and it was like a big sigh went over the whole classroom because they're listening to all these heights and weights as well. And then she weighed me, and I'm like 15 pounds heavier than the heaviest person in the class. And then the whole class went sigh again. And somebody in the class, I have no idea who it was, they said, she's a witch. And that's where that name came from. And it didn't help that I had red hair, I guess. So all through school, I was bullied. So, but what that taught me was not to be mean to other people and to be kind to other people, because I realized if I felt like that, there's probably other people that feel like that too. So
Mhm.
I have a tendency to, when I go to a meeting of any kind, I tend to pick out the person that's sitting by themselves in the corner or sitting by themselves at a table and making friends with them to help them feel more comfortable, because I know what it's like to be sort of ostracized from everything.
Mhm.
And I don't have any hate towards any of those people. I just really feel strongly that I want to help more people.
Mhm.
And I don't want to ever see somebody else have to go through what I went through. But it taught me a really good lesson. So I don't have regrets about it. Taught me to always be kind to other people.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. All right. So, if we had to have a conversation, let's say, 12 months from now, and how would it make you feel if in 12 months from now you still not making any progress? Things haven't changed, and no further decisions are made. How would that impact you, your family, your grandchildren, your business?
Well, it's what I've been experiencing for the past 10 years, really. I have a certain amount of success, and it seems like I can get up to a certain level and I can't seem to get it past that. So I'm always looking for other options. I never let myself get really down deep, disappointed or disgusted or frustrated, because I know that I am exactly where I am in my life directly because of decisions I've made in my life. And I can't blame anybody else.
Quick
Just a
look.
minute.
Sorry, my phone is charging. If you hear it, can you get it for me?
Okay.
It's in my office.
Sorry, my husband was talking to me.
No worries.
So I never get to the point of tears or crying or anything, because that was done years ago. The crying was all done. Now I have to find solutions.
Okay.
And that's what I'm working on. It's self-discipline, self-control, and habits.
Yes. So I understand you don't want to go there. You don't want to think how it's going to be in 12 months' time, but it's really necessary. I really want you to just, think for a few seconds. Imagine if in 12 months we're meeting again, we're talking, and nothing has changed in your life. You're still in the same point, and it's just going round and round in circles, as you said, like. So how would that impact you? How would that make you feel?
Probably I know there would be a certain amount of frustration in there. So I would just see what it does. It just makes me work harder. I just work harder and harder and harder. So I would just end up spending more hours in my office.
But it will make you feel frustrated. What's going to be the frustration about?
Well, like, I'm always looking for more solutions to how I can better improve what I'm doing, right? And I've found a business coach that I think is really, well, she's helped me more than any of the coaches I've ever worked with before. And I just need to, and I guess one of the things, because I didn't grow up with technology, I find it a little bit more of a challenge for myself to learn these new systems, things about technology. So learning these how to set up lead capture funnels, and I'm starting to get the hang of it, but it's taken me a year working on this to get the hang of how these lead capture funnels, and it's not just the lead capture funnels, it's the landing pages and how to develop the landing pages that will attract people to those landing pages. And sure, if I had the money, I could hire somebody to design landing pages for me. And I know exactly who I would hire to do that. But it's money, right?
Mhm.
So I have to earn the money first before I can hire the person.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, I hear you. And so if nothing changes, how do you think that would impact your grandchildren and your children and your husband?
Or be the same as what's been happening for the last 10 years, I guess. I would just really love to get break free, that feeling of break free. So to keep up the things that are going right now at the level that they even are right now takes a lot of effort. And I just need to find a way to break free of having to work so many hours.
Yeah.
And I
Break
just feel everything that's happened in my life, I've been guided to. I feel very strongly I've been guided to these things. And I guess I come from an era of where you wallowing in your stew doesn't solve anything. It just doesn't. It doesn't keep your mind isn't clear. I have a treadmill in my living room. When I get to a point where I am stuck, I go walk on my treadmill. And if it's nice weather, I'll go for a walk outside. But usually even if it's nice weather, I'll just go for a walk on my treadmill because it doesn't put me out of my sequence. I can very easily get right back into working in my office when I get off my treadmill.
Yeah.
And so I don't really know how to voice what you're asking me.
It's okay. I can see that you were picturing it, and you have told me that pretty strong words, breaking free. It will make you feel more frustrated, and yeah, basically the same cycle will be
Mhm,
going.
mhm.
So, okay, Christine, are you ready to draw a line in the sand and fully commit to yourself and your businesses?
Well, I kind of thought I did that years ago.
Okay. But now, do you feel ready to step into something new and to finally, bring changes into these cycles?
I would love to. If it's going to bring the solutions that I'm looking for, that would be great.
Okay. So I just want you to imagine now that you are able to turn all these challenges around of not having enough finances, of not having the time to do everything you want to do, of not having help with all these businesses and the daily tasks you have. So you're turning these challenges around, you're overcoming them, and you're freely flowing towards your goals. How would that make you feel?
It would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I imagine all the time. I focus on what it's going to feel like to be able to have everything all organized and running smoothly, and it's not all
Yeah.
on my shoulders.
Yeah, awesome. And things running smoothly. And so what would be the best part about it?
Well, it'd be a lot more fun working on my computer, sitting on the beach or by
Yeah,
a swimming pool. Yeah, I love the water.
nice. Yeah, that would be amazing. That would be fantastic. Or maybe in your house near your lake.
Yeah. Yeah, I envision being on the lake and having a boathouse with a boat in it. And the boat lifted up out of the water and somebody else cleaning the hull, not me.
Amazing.
So that's the thing, I can see right off the bat that I would hire help. I would hire people to clean the house and to keep things, clean the house, clean the cars, all the things that and help me keep things organized. I like things to be organized.
Mhm. And can I ask you, how soon do you want all of this?
Yesterday.
I like this. It's a nice answer. All right. So, however, would you agree that there is some work to be done
Oh,
to
yeah.
get from where you are to where you want to be?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And on a scale of 1 to 10, I want to know, how committed are you to reaching to those amazing goals?
I'd say it's a 10.
Why is it a 10? Can you tell me?
Time is of the essence. I don't have a lot of time to get everything to where I need it to be.
Yeah.
And I would like to be able to leave this world knowing that I can leave a legacy behind for my grandchildren. Would be great.
Wow. A legacy behind. That's amazing. Fantastic. Okay, so one more question, it's a bit of a coaching kind of questions, but I'm curious to hear from you what you found most valuable about our time so far.
You're a great listener. And I find that I end up having to be the one that does most of the talking all the time. And I like to be able to listen to other people talk. Because when I'm teaching people how to use LinkedIn, I have to be the one that's talking, right? And helping them with ideas. But I really enjoy being able to have somebody that listens to me as well. Sometimes
Great.
people hire you, and that's another thing that, so it's made me develop this little thing. The fact that people will hire me and pay me big bucks to help them with LinkedIn, and then they go and they don't do it. They don't do what I teach them to do. And it breaks my heart, because I would love to be able to see them succeed, and they will not succeed if they don't do the things that I show them.
Mm-hmm.
They won't make any money. And what people do is they start working with LinkedIn, and then they do it for a week or two, and then they don't get immediate response or immediate results. And so then they just quit, they give it up. And it takes 6 months to a year to really build a good following and good business using LinkedIn. And
Mm-hmm.
and it's even harder now on the other people who have been using Facebook for so many years. I won't go into all the stats, but you get way more quality people. The average income of people on LinkedIn is 175 to 186,000 a year US.
Oh, okay.
So where are
Yeah.
the people that can afford to buy your stuff? They're on LinkedIn.
Yeah, LinkedIn is huge. I know.
Yeah.
It's huge. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for this. I'm happy I was able to help. And I actually wanted to share with you a program that we have, and it's called MMI, and it's specifically designed for, to help people exactly like you that are in this situation, who are looking for, other passive incomes, and it will help you overcome your challenges, the ones you shared with me, and it will just bring you results that you're looking for. So would you like to hear about that?
Sure.
Okay, fantastic. So basically the MMI program, is based on a 5-step methodology. And the first step about this is all about clarity and vision. So here you will be working with mentors, not one, but 5 mentors who will be there for you. And they will help you get really, really clear, crystal clear on your vision. You know how you told me about having 10,000 to 15,000 a month? So they will help you clarify even all those visions, all those goals. But most importantly, they will show you how you could get from where you are today, having 4,000 a month, to where you want to be, 10,000 to 15,000. Do you think this could be helpful and valuable for you?
Sure.
Yeah, fantastic. So, okay, then Christine, it will lead you to step 2, and step 2 will be all about strategized action plan. So having a vision is fantastic. However, it's really important to having a plan to, to know how to reach there. And so the mentors you'll be working with will help you put together the plan. It's gonna be your daily method of operations. When you wake up, when you sit, in front of your computer, you will know exactly what you need to do in order to, as you have a lot of things in your hand, I know it gets a lot tiring, as you said, 12, 16 hours a day, and you will be able to know which tasks to prioritize, what you have to do today, tomorrow, and day after to bring more success to your business and bring you more income, so that your activities are efficient and you're being productive. Would that help for you?
Yeah, it would help to have somebody else, because sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees when you're inside running like crazy.
Yes, exactly. And the days where you're feeling tired, as you told me, where you're feeling anxious, on those days you don't need to think. You just sit down and you have everything laid down. You know what you have to do. You just do it, and then you see the results. So would you agree that the first and second step, would help you, reach your goals?
Yes, I can see that.
Brilliant. Okay. So then it will lead you to step 3, which is all about skills, upgrading your skills. So the mentors you'll be working with are, independent 6 to 7 figure income business owners. They made it all on their own. And what they will do is share with you the skills they have. So they will duplicate their skills. They will show you some of the skills that you already have. You will just be able to fine tune them. But some other skills that you're missing, as you told me, maybe social media, struggling a little bit with figuring out, your posting, how to get the ideas, when to post, and all these things, then they will teach you how to do these things. So yeah, do you think that's going to be helpful?
That would be great if they can just do it. Step 1, do this. Step 2, do this. Step 3, do this. It would be great.
Exactly. Well, that's amazing. So then it will lead you, Christine, to step 4. And step 4 will be all about optimizing your environment. And what I mean by that is basically removing any friction to your success. So a lot of times we have limiting beliefs. And you know, when you told me that you've been trying to get to a certain level in your life, and but for some reasons you reach a level and then you can go above that, right?
Right.
So this is a lot of times it happens when we have limiting beliefs, when we think that we can reach only this, and even though we want to go further, there is something within us that's stopping you. So there are things that are holding us back to, you know, pierce through those limits. And so in this step, the mentors will help you remove all those limiting beliefs, remove
Right.
all the even further the negative feelings. I know you're very optimistic. I know you like to see the things in the bright side. However, there's still some negative feelings of, you know, I just get tired, or sometimes it's frustration. And maybe you remember that I have a lot of things to do. I don't have enough time. And so all these things will be removed. You will have a very nice support group, and the mentors will help you to just break free, as you said, break free. So do you think that would be helpful for you?
It sounds like it would be.
Fantastic. Great. So yeah, then, you know, steps 1 to 4 leads us to the final step, which is step 5. And this step is about mastering your mind. Okay, so it's all about mastery. You will be now the one who will master all the skills. You will know how to get to your goals. You will have an action plan, and you will be able not only to help yourself, your businesses, but also help others like you like to do that. And so, yeah, in this step, basically, you'll come to me, to your mentors, and you'll tell us, hey guys, I've done it. I'm doing it. I'm succeeding. I'm piercing through the roof. I'm getting my 10,000. I'm able to travel to see my grandkids. You know, I'm able to buy a house now. So thank you so much, guys. But I don't need you anymore, basically.
That would
I
be
got it. So yeah, that would feel awesome. Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. So great. So if you want to hear about the program and the investment, that would be, yeah, interesting.
Sure.
All right. So the EMMM program is a 1-year program. And within these 12 months, you'll be working, as I mentioned already, with 5 coaches. What you will get is basically daily access to WhatsApp messaging to one of the mentors. So whenever you have any problems with your businesses, you can ask them and they will be there to answer you. Furthermore, you will have access to a Facebook group where you'll be able to chat with your, you know, peers, people who are in the same situation as you, who are in the program, who are also facing the same challenges. And yeah, you'll be able again to ask questions there, to share your experiences, to share you know, just new skills, new tricks with each other. And then also you will have one-on-one training sessions, and that's going to be quarterly with a main mentor. And then you can ask, you know, any other questions you may have. And then you will have a roadmap to, as I told you, like a strategized plan to help you figure out what you need to do and which direction to go. So yeah, and the investment basically for the 12 months program is about $3,000 for the whole year. Yeah.
Do they have a payment plan?
I mean, usually we just, if you're interested, how we proceed usually is the person would put a deposit of 500, between 500 to 1,000. And then, I mean, if it's really something, you know, you need a help with it, definitely I can talk with the team and we can come up with something.
Yeah. it sounds like a really good program. Yeah,
Amazing. Do you see the value of it? Do you see how it's going to help you?
I think so. I think it probably would be really good to help me. But I don't have the money right now. So, and that I don't have any way of getting that money unless I make some sales. So I would have to be able to do a finance thing.
Okay, great. So what would the financial plan look like for you?
Um, I wouldn't be able to start it till the end of the month. But and then I could probably put maybe 250 down, that's it. And then I could do 250 at the end of each month until it's paid off.
Mhm.
Unless
Okay.
the sales increase, like if I get a huge increase in sales, then I could take care of the whole thing very shortly.
Okay, so this is just about the financial part of it, basically.
That's right.
Okay. And so today, how much would you be able to put as a deposit to just secure your spot and the price as well?
I wouldn't be able to put a deposit down till the end of the month.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, thank you so much for the call. Let's have
Awesome.
another call then by the end of the month
Awesome.
and follow up on this. Yeah,
That sounds good.
perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.